Yo, what's up guys? Today I'm making just a quick video about a character showcase. This is my endurance breaker. This is his build. Um, what I went with something a bit off meta for my breaker. Instead of doing like the meta grudge, spec, swift, blah blah blah, all this like nonsense, I actually went off meta with thoughtful and metallurgical thinking. As a breaker, especially the Asura breaker, one of the problems that people have on Asura breaker is when they go in the front, they like die pretty much. They take too much damage, and because they're like very squishy with grudge and all this shit. So what happens is that to play breaker Asura, a lot of the times you require like a pocket bard. Well, not everyone is like privileged to have like pocket bards 24/7. So I made this new setup and I'm gonna share it with you guys. How you can make it so that when you play breaker, you don't need supports. You can be durable yourself and do the things by yourself instead of needing a support for you, because in life your only teammate in life will be yourself. So you gotta make sure that you don't need anybody in your life. So right here, how did I make this setup? Well, first of all, on the engravings, I don't have grudge. I went for the no grudge Asura breaker build, and that way you go a Gen 3. I replaced grudge with a Gen 3 pretty much. And then your +1, instead of a Gen 1, you go Ether Predator 1. That way you can get extra defense. And also, it also gives attack power, but the main reason I did that for was actually just for the defense itself. The 6% attack power on the level 1 engraving is really good, but the 9% defense is more important. That's like the main reason for Ether Predator +1 on the build. Now, that way, also, I went with the endurance bracelet. I went out of my way to cut an endurance bracelet. See, this is still a cat. It's still a decent bracelet. It still has circulate, purple circulate, gold wedge, and then superiority roll on it, 110 crit. But the most important thing about this bracelet is not the circulate, the wedge, and all this shit. It's the plus 118 endurance. That is the most important thing for the bracelet. Because if you look at here, with 184 endurance plus 30 ether stacks, look at my defense, bro. The most important is the physical defense. Magic defense is fine, but this is the most important one because most of the bosses do physical damage. 44k, almost 45k on a 16, 11, 10. I have 16, 17 armor, 16, 10 armor. The weapon is 19. This is actually really, really tanky thanks to the endurance plus the ether pred. Now, also, when you don't have grudge, it makes you so much tankier, like I said on my other video. So now, you have this set up on your breaker for Asura. The gems, honestly, like, I just put a level 10 Asura, and the rest can literally stay 8. You're gonna be fine, bro. This is what's good about Asura, is you just really need this, and that's it. Now, for the build, of course you go full crit to hit 100% crit. And also, a lot of people like go swift. You trust me, you don't even need swift. Look at this. You don't need swift, bro. With, let's say you have yearning. Look at this. I'm at cap with yearning, bro. You don't need swift. The endurance is so much more valuable for this character. Now for the build, right here, I went 40. I have 40 set at 1610 because of the new update, and the way I designed my elixir is I went with Fierce Strength, like I said in the other video. Fierce Strength gives you 8% damage with no penalty. I mean, I guess there's a penalty, but the thing with the penalty of Fierce Strength is that it actually helps you, because while HP is above 50%, double 8% DR incoming damage reduction, and 8% damage. This is good. This is good. And it's free. And then if you're below 50% HP, you gain 12% DR and 6% damage. But that's also good, because if you are low, that means you're dying anyway. That means if you're below 50% HP, you better fucking try to like get your HP up, or you're gonna die. So having more DR when you're low is actually beneficial for your character. That's why the elixir is super, super, super underrated. Now, the way I made a 40 set, I made it really fast in like 3 elixirs. I had purples. I had a 35 set purple elixir on this character. He was 1600. I was doing Voldus normal on him for a bit. And then when they made the patch, I cut like the free elixirs that they gave us, and I managed to get 40 set really fast, because of course I cut this 5-2 here, and I had the 4-4 purple, and then I cut this extra one, this 5-2 incoming damage reduction, because this is the most important elixir in the game. So the incoming damage reduction plus 5, I prioritized that next. And then I cut a crazy 5-5, so it made me able to do the build. And I also had a purple 4-4 Fierce Strength, so I never had to replace that one. So I just had to get these 3. 5-2, I only needed 2 5-2s, and I got a 40 set that way. So now his elixirs are set as a 1610. His weapon, I managed to like get lucky with the pass on the weapon. So now I'll be able to push him to tier 4 by October. And now I need to start doing Taymine. I don't know if people, dude, it's so hard to do Taymine at 1610 because you have absolutely 0 transcendence. Like, do you even get into parties for Taymine with 0 transcendence? I might have to like buy a bus. I might have to buy a Taymine bus just to get his transcendence, and then he'll be ready for tier 4. Now, for the skill build, I didn't change much for the skill build. Asura can't really afford to change his skill build really much because of the way you alternate. But the thing that I changed is, instead of having useless Saffron Nova, I went for this skill, Earthbreaker, because what it does is very, very, very useful, and it's on the last tripod. It gives you 70% incoming damage reduction. And what this does is that I can use this as a really, really powerful tanking tool on a full 15-second cooldown. Even like you give it a protection rune, and you can tank a really powerful attack without even using X. Honestly, you don't even need to use X. And the same thing with Eye of the Storm. I went for the gassed up tripod. That way you can do crazy things like the boss is about to attack you. Boss is about to attack you. Boom. Easy. You proc it instantly. It's actually really, really high skill cap. And with the 50% DR, like I said, it also allows you to like tank a lot of shit. Now, just look at how tanky your character is with 50% DR. This is how tanky you are with the shield, the X shield. Now with the 50% DR, and now with the 70% DR, you are completely unkillable. Now let me show you exactly how unkillable you actually are with this setup. We're gonna test this. This attack does 300% max HP damage. So this is no DR, 300% max HP damage. I took 500 something K. You're gonna be like, why did you take less than 3x your HP pool? Is because of incoming damage reduction on your chest piece and fierce strength. I can put this on to give me further DR. It gives you 5% incoming damage reduction. This counts toward wipe attacks that do percent damage. That's why in Tame Mine Gate 3 I only use this. Okay, now we're gonna test just X. I still took 300k, but you see how you're starting to become like, you need a lot. You need to take a lot of damage to die. I almost survived a 300% max HP attack with only 20% DR in my low shield. Now, we're gonna test 50% DR with the X. Easy tank. See, now we're getting to a point where a 300% max HP attack doesn't even kill my character. And now the final boss, the Earthbreaker spell. I was almost still full HP from this 300% max HP attack. You can go even further by going here. There's an attack here that does 360% of your, actually, yeah, 360% of your max HP. This attack right here does 300%, 360% max HP, and it's tanking all 4 of those swords. See, I only got hit by one of them. It's actually really hard to even tank that. But it's a good way to test how tanky you are in certain scenarios. I think I only tanked 3 of them. I think that was 3 of them. I'm not sure though. I'm gonna try again. See, like I'm so tanky I can't even tell how much damage I just took. But I think I should have tanked 1 more. I think I only tanked 3 of them. Okay, maybe it was 4. This is 4, I think. I'm gonna try 1 last time. Maybe I'm just that tanky and I was 360% total max HP damage. Yeah, I mean, it has to be all 4. Okay, well, that's it. I think nothing can kill this character, honestly. He can tank so much, it's not even funny. With the new setup. And, like the tricks and parse is actually still, like, almost the same as a regular Break It build. That's the thing though. Like, you can make your character so much tankier, but you don't sacrifice damage whatsoever. Like, you can make it so that you still retain all your damage. But I don't know why no one actually tries to do stuff like that. They care too much about damage that they don't even understand that other things that look worse are not that bad by itself. Like, now I hop with this character, any content I do, like, I'm pretty much chill, because you have to see it that way. Incoming damage minus 20%. This is from a wound stack. If I pop the X shield, I actually gain 4% DR, because the way DR applies, it applies on the total value of your, like, damage taken. It doesn't matter if you have 20% incoming, this and that. It applies to the total value. So the 50% DR is actually 42. It's not 30% DR, it's 42.5 because it applies to the total value. So DR is really, really, really valuable in this game. But people don't understand that, and they just, like, do stupid shit with their builds. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this character showcase of my endurance breaker, and catch you guys next time.